Hey guys, it is about 5 in the morning. Why can't I get a normal flight, in the afternoon somewhere when I don't have to get up at 5 in the morning? But that's my life. We're headed to Chicago for a day trip. I really wanted to, elevators first. I really wanted to go see the Killjoys art show. It's only going to be available up until this Saturday. And I had so many issues beforehand that I couldn't get to this thing, So I actually found a last minute, really good, decently priced flight. So here we are, headed to LGA, spent half the night trying to find a good route to get there. And then I got up, my alarm went off at 3 in the morning, which is when I had to leave. And I said, screw it, I'm taking an Uber. I couldn't be bothered at all. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my Uber. And they said that it should, when I checked the prices, it said it should be about the same price that it was early in the morning, which was about $16. But it's about 25 now, so that sucks, but it's still doable. I'll just know for next time not to believe people. Yeah, but anyway, I think I would have, took the train for $25. Yeah, I'll see you guys at the airport because, again, I don't want to be holding my phone out, so early in the morning. Like, here, robbers, take it. Throwback from last video. So I just made it to the airport. Now I'm headed to security. That ride took a little longer than what I had thought it would. It was supposed to take like 20 minutes. It took like about 40, which is annoying, but that's what you get when you do stupid Uber pool. And speaking of Uber pool, I hate that new option that they have. Hold on, gotta show my. So, yeah, like I was saying, I hate that new Uber pool option where it's like, oh, go to a certain area and we'll meet you there instead of meeting you at your house. I was like, okay, let me try it. It took me down a secluded block next to a park that, like, I don't go down this block in broad daylight, let alone 5 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I think that's the first and last time we're doing that. And then it was literally right down the block from my house. I don't understand why they couldn't pick me up in front of my house. But yeah, at the airport, went through security. It was super fast. One of the fastest times I've ever done it. I'm just walking to my gate. Hopefully, yeah, I'm walking the right way, yeah. Just walking to my gate right now. And yeah, I'm excited. First time going to Chicago. First time flying Spirit. Not too excited about that with all of the bad reviews I've heard. But I said, let me check it out for myself, because what somebody else thinks is horrible service or whatever, you might not think so. So that's why trying Spirit for the first time, and also the flight was super cheap in comparison to the other last minute flights I found. I hope there's food down there because I'm passing food right now all the way to my gate, but I'm starving, so I just want to get something real quick. I made sure to take my friggin' Dramamine. I totally forgot last time and I paid for it severely, so I made sure to take that. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Made it to O'Hare in one piece. Either the time is different here from New York to Chicago, or my clock was just off, but I was like, we're an hour late. I took a nap, and I realized that I realized that I had listened to Florence and the Machine, how big, how blue, how beautiful, like twice in a row. I'm like, we should be here by now because that album is pretty long. I'm like, we should be here by now. And I was just like, how dare the pilot not come in and say anything? But I think the time is different, or my phone was off or something, but we made it here. We were a little bit late, but not an hour late, which is what I thought. Now I'm just headed to the public transportation. It's called CTA here, Chicago Transit Authority. And let's see, ground transportation. Oh, nope. Is that the right one? I guess. This one? Let's see. Am I already on at ground transportation level? I think I'm not going the right way. Okay, so here we go. Made it to the train station. I think I need to see an agent though, because little terminal self-service things over there don't give you change. And I don't have any. And it looks to be the tap, like in Georgia. So their card is called the Ventra card, Ventra ticket. And I got an all-day one because I'm planning on taking this train multiple times. Let's try that again. Is it? Oh, okay. I thought it made a sound. The Metro cards in New York make a sound. So let's see. Is that the blue line? I need the blue line going to Forest Park, I believe. So this is what their trains look like. Not too different.
Next train out on this side. Walk right through. Walk right through. Where you at, T?
Not too different from what ours look like. Got some advertising on the outside. Some simple metal ones. silver ones. Guess this is the last stop. Made it to Addison. I don't know if I have to tap out, because that's going to be annoying. Let's see. Oh, no. It's good. So yeah, made it to Addison. Technically in the downtown area of Chicago. And I'm headed to the Prop Theater right now. This might be a bus that I need now. But it's so loud because the trains are literally right next to, you can see the track right there. They're right next to the highway. So it's pretty different. Oh, there's an Olive Garden. My favorite restaurant, one of my favorite restaurants. So basic, I know. But yeah, I'm headed to the Prop Theater right now. I said it's a 14-minute walk. I think I could have taken this bus, the 152 here, but I was not prepared. So I'm gonna pick a direction and start walking. Hopefully it's the right one. So the concept of the album is basically some kind of fallout happened, and basically the whole United States has been wiped out except for California, and California is separated into these zones. And zone 1, you have Better Living Industries, Blind, and they control zone 1, which is, the most civilized part of the zones. They've kind of helped to recreate civilization, but it's sterile. It's, the people's emotions are controlled by pills. There's no feeling in the city. And then you have the outer zones, which is where the gangs live. And the gang that we're most familiar with are the Killjoys. And so you have these Killjoys out here fighting for the right to feel, the right to create. And you have Blind actively, sending out hitmen, basically, their armies called the Draculoids, to get rid of them, to exterminate them, really. So you have the Draculoids, and then above them are the exterminators, and that's where they send out the really intense guy, Corsa, to deal with the really problematic freedom fighters, or whatever you want to call them. I think the band's name, their gang was called the Killjoys, and kind of the fans have just taken that name to mean a blanket statement, a blanket kind of name for all the gangs. But I think it's kind of implied in fandom that your gang is whatever you want to call it, but the Fabulous Killjoys are the band. But anyway, so they're fighting for, they're fighting for change. They're fighting to be able to be themselves. And one of the main taglines that they use to promote, it's kind of Killjoy-esque, Definitely Killjoy colors. One of the taglines is, you know, would you destroy something perfect in order to make it beautiful? And that's really what the heart of the album is, what the heart of the world is. So, with all that being said, I'm headed to an art show that was created by fans of the band and by fans of the world in general. It's crazy, it's crazy. It's crazy how apt this album is now. Especially, you know, when Gerard's saying like, oh, he felt that he ended the band because they weren't needed anymore. There wasn't anything left to rebel against, and he's not going to sell prepackaged rebellion against nothing. We had this era of change and positivity, and it just went down the drain so fast. So this album is really apt, and I'm really excited to see what the fans have come up with. So it was curated by 2 fans, and they gathered art by other fans, and it's being showcased in the Rhino Festival. So I think it's like an art gallery that houses a bunch of artists for free, which is awesome. And they just put on works. So that's what we're here doing, checking that out. I really loved this album, guys. It was the thing that made me come back to My Chemical Romance and their music, because it was just so immersive. And I'm going to talk more about it. I know I kind of gave a kind of quick explanation about what the album is, but it's so much more intense. So that's what we're doing. I think I'm coming up on it soon. So I'm going to turn this off so I can not get lost. Okay, so I think I'm coming up on the building now. Here it is. Rhinofest at the Prop Theater. It looks abandoned and scary, but we're gonna do this. It's fun. So got to the Prop Theater, knocked on the door. It looked abandoned. This lady told me she's never seen anybody go in there. So I got kind of concerned. Then I spoke to another lady. She said, yes, it's open. She doesn't know if anybody's there now. So I'm gonna wait around a little bit. I still have a little time to kill. It's unfortunate because I wanted to do some sightseeing in addition to doing this, but it does not look like that's gonna happen. Gonna wait around for a little bit more to see when somebody shows up. And I got super paranoid because my phone just shut off. I looked about 10 minutes ago and I had 60%, and then it just completely shut down. And I'm like, oh my god. I have the directions of places I need to be. I have my my ticket for Spirit on here. I didn't print it out. What am I gonna do? But the battery was just dead, so phew, I'm fine. I think I'm gonna go. There's a Chipotle right down the block. I should probably get something more traditional though. I did want to go to Pizza Uno, which was supposedly the creator of the deep dish pizza, but I'm not seeing any pizza places around here. But I do see a Chipotle right across the street, and I'm hungry. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get to Pizza Uno. Maybe I'll see if I can get some pizza at the at the airport later, but for the moment, I think that's what I'm gonna be getting, some Chipotle. Such a bad tourist. So, update on the Chronicles. I went to that Chipotle, got something to eat. I felt 100% better. Charged up my phone a little bit. And, you know, when I tried to call the theater earlier, my phone shut down. Just called them a minute ago. And guess what they said? It's now, let's see, what time is it? It's around 1 o'clock. And they said that the theater opens at 6. And guess who leaves Chicago at 6?